special edition of Late Night Health. I'm Mark Allen. This is National Nurses Week, and we're going to be talking with Helena Faustin. She's a registered nurse, a cookbook author, and the founder of the blog That Nurse Can Cook, and she does Caribbean food. We'll do that on our sister show, Mark Allen Cooks. You're teaming up with Band-Aid brand to help recognize Black nurses with the National Black Nurses Association. Welcome to Late Night Health, Helena.
Thank you for having me, Mark.
Nurses are the heart of the medical profession. In our days of 5-minute doctor visits, nurses pick up a lot of that, don't they?
Yes, they sure do. We spend a lot of time with our patients.
And that's a good thing.
Yes, it's always a good thing.
So tell us a little bit about the National Black Nurses Association.
Sure. Well, the National Black Nurses Association was created as a way to organize Black nurses and so that we have more resources available to us as a community. And Band-Aid brand is so wonderful, they've decided to partner with the National Black Nurses Association. And their goal is to help alleviate the stress of everyday tasks and responsibilities that await us. Because, you know, when we work these long 12-hour shifts, it's really hard to come home and provide care for our family after we just spent an entire day providing care for others. So this partnership is going to establish the Band-Aid brand OURTONE Nurses Recharge Fund, and that'll help us delegate some of those tasks that await us when we come home from work every night.
The stressors, of course, of being in the pandemic and watching people drop like flies has got to be something that is just unbelievable for a person to have to go through that.
Right. Well, me in particular, I'm a NICU nurse, so my role was a lot different. It was my responsibility to attend the deliveries of high-risk pregnancies born to moms who are COVID positive. So it was really difficult to see babies separated from their moms at birth and having the moms who needed to quarantine. And they were not able to bond with their infant, and it was really difficult and it was really challenging.
Wow. What about, nursing? I don't mean nurses nursing. I mean breastfeeding.
Yeah, they were not able to nurse their babies during that time. We had them pump their milk, and one of us would go get it from the moms and give it to the baby. And sometimes the dads would be the ones that came with the mom's milk, and we were able to feed the baby that way.
Wow. That's got to be hard on you and the mom.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, it was hard on everybody.
How do you get over something like that?
I don't really think you get over something like that. I think it's the type of experience that stays with you forever, and you just keep that in mind. And you know, it's the reason why we got into this profession. We got in this profession to care for others, and understandably, this was just a part of the job.
Are nurses still underpaid?
I would say that we are underpaid because we wear many hats. We not only wear many hats because we're providing for care for the patients, we're also providing care for their families as well. And it also leads to burnout, and this is why we really need help. Band-Aid brand has stepped up to the plate, and they're allowing us the ability to delegate some of those tasks through the Band-Aid brand OURTONE Nurses Recharge Fund.
And I understand that Band-Aid has changed even made available different colored bandages.
Right.
So it'll blend in with people of color.
Right. So the line is called OURTONE Bandages, and it's made from the brand's most popular flexible fabric, and it comes in shades of brown that embrace the beauty of diverse skin tones. So now when I'm cooking up my delicious recipes and I'm chopping up those vegetables and chopping up those herbs and spices, God forbid I, cut myself, I now have a bandage that blends in with my skin tone and it's not such an eyesore.
And spending time in the kitchen, anybody knows that if
Yeah.
you're working with a knife, you're going to cut yourself.
Yes, exactly.
Right? In fact, my son is the chef, and he was over the other day and making his mother some wonderful, actually, chicken and waffles.
Oh,
And
I love chicken and waffles.
oh, it was great. It was really terrific. But he cut himself, and
Yep.
he ignored it because he's a chef. He's in the kitchen all the time, and that's a side note.
Yes.
What can the average person do to say thank you to nurses?
Well, Band-Aid brand is partnering with artist Reina Noriega to create a custom line of thank you cards. So what you can do is head over to Band-Aid brand's Instagram account, because this week they'll be sharing these custom thank you cards, and you can share it with a nurse in your life and just thank them and just say thank you for being a healthcare hero and working on the front lines of this pandemic, and we appreciate you. You know, a simple thank you goes a very long way.
When you're working with a patient, do you bond with them? Do nurses bond with their patients?
Oh, most definitely. You definitely get wrapped up in your cases because you not only bond with them, you bond with their family as well. And some people just have such an amazing story, and you meet people from all different walks of life, and it is just really an honor to be that person that has been chosen to walk along this journey with them.
And when they leave the hospital, when they leave your care, especially, with you and babies, neonatal care, that's got to be that's another thing to be depressed about.
Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't say that you be depressed, because what you want to see is your patients go home happy and healthy, right? So if they leave the hospital and they go home in their mom's arms, then you know that you've done something right. And it's always those rewarding moments that remind you of why you became a nurse in the first place. And a lot of them end up reaching out to us, and we've created lifelong friendships.
That is terrific. If somebody is interested in getting a thank you card for their favorite nurse, where would they go for that?
Sure. Head over to Band-Aid Brand's Instagram account, because they'll be sharing these custom thank you cards, and you can also learn more about the OURTONE Nurses Recharge Fund, so you can learn more about what Band-Aid Brand is doing to support the nursing community.
And those are special grants to help black nurses with living expenses and other stressors, right?
Right.
So that would be great.
Yes.
And this is fabulous. You're terrific. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you for having me.
Our pleasure. I'm Mark Allen, and this is Late Night Health. We'll be back.